gentlemen, you're watching Blueprint Explosive Exclusive. I'm Heena Gambhir. And we are getting some big news break at this point in time. This breaking news has come from Karnataka, where the BJP leader, Tejasvi Surya, has made a sensational claim against the Waqf board. In his recent post on social media platform X, the BJP leader has said that he interacted with farmers of a village in Vijayapura district this morning, and he found out that over 1,500 acres of their ancestral agricultural land with valid documents has been unilaterally claimed by the Waqf board, threatening these farmers' livelihoods and generational property rights. And this is the social media post that I'm talking about. And there you have it. Tejasvi Surya has said, and I quote, "Unbridled powers given to Waqf boards have resulted in over 15,000 acres of agricultural land belonging to farmers being claimed as Waqf land in Vijayapura district." He goes on to say that he met these farmers today, and these farmers are questioning the legality of their ancestral land being claimed by the Waqf board. Now, this has to be fought tooth and nail. He also says that Karnataka's Minority Affairs Minister met with revenue officers of certain districts recently, and in fact, he instructed them to register properties claimed by Waqf board within 15 days. So they have very little time also now left. He's also claiming that the Congress government in Karnataka has prioritized minority appeasement over governance and failed to protect the rights of farmers in Vijayapura and across the state. So big charge, viewers, there coming in from the Bharatiya Janata Party towards the government of Karnataka. Let's now listen into this reaction that we've also got after this post from Tejasvi Surya.
Today, a delegation of farmers from Bijapura district met me and handed over voluminous documents concerning their properties, their farmlands, which now the Waqf is claiming to be its own. Over the last few months, the Waqf board in Karnataka has started claiming all of these lands to be their own. In just one village in Vijayapura Taluk, in Vijayapura district, in Kolhara Taluk, about 1,500 acres has been claimed by the Waqf board to be its own. And in all of Vijayapura district, the Waqf board today is claiming more than 15,000 acres as its own.
Let's straight away now go across to my colleague Imran, joining us on the broadcast live on this particular story. Imran, as many would say, especially in the BJP, there is no end to Waqf Kabza, and this time coming in from Karnataka. We'll go across to Imran in just a bit. Let's once again tell our viewers a little bit about the big story that we are breaking first on Times Now. BJP is now gearing up for a legal battle. BJP is expected to knock at High Court's door, and this is a big development where BJP leader Tejasvi Surya has made a sensational claim against the Waqf board. In his recent post on social media platform X, BJP Neta Tejasvi Yadav has said that he interacted with farmers of a village in Vijayapura district this morning and found out that over 15,000 acres of their agricultural ancestral land, and they have valid documents as well, that has been unilaterally claimed by the Waqf board. Let's straight away now go across to Imran for more on this. Imran, give us more details, because this is sensational. Imran, can you hear me?
Well, absolutely. The Tejasvi Surya, the Member of Parliament from Bangalore South, held a press conference today and said that many of the farmers have come forward and complained that their lands being taken over as claiming to be Waqf lands. In fact, a meeting was also held with the district collector over this particular issue last month, and DC had issued notices. In fact, many of the farmers had even met the district in charge minister, MB Patil, over this particular issue. MB Patil said that no private property or land will be taken. The farmers claim that they have documents going back, dating back up to 1960 and 1970, and this is their farmland which is being forcefully being taken, claiming as a Waqf land. The entire controversy has broken out over this particular issue, where Tejasvi Surya claiming that in the name of Waqf, the government is taking over their private land, especially farmers' land, and in fact it is entire game plan of they lay this blame squarely on the minister Zamir Ahmad Khan. The Congress, however, says that this is all baseless allegations of Tejasvi Surya. He's just making things up, but there is no document to prove what Tejasvi Surya is saying. Now, what this entire controversy is, the farmers now was caught between this whole issue, and they say that their lands, they have their lands for almost for generations, and they have documents, revenue documents to prove it, but the government is hell-bent on taking over their land is what they are claiming.
Right.
The BJP is giving credence to it. The minister says, district in charge, that we will not take over any land forcefully, especially private land. Only Waqf land will be taken, whereas their private land will be given back to them.
All right, Imran, thank you very much for the moment for joining us with all of those details. Let's take this forward to our guests who are joining us on the broadcast this evening. We have GS Prashant, spokesperson of the BJP, Dr. Nikul Patel, who is leader of the Congress party, Syed Asad Abbas, who is a political analyst, also live with us this evening. Good evening to all of you. Dr. Nikul Patel, I want to begin this discussion with you first. You heard Tejasvi Surya. You heard my colleague Imran giving us details about the entire issue. How will you like to respond? It is being seen as yet another kabza by Waqf under the Congress-led government in Karnataka.
Firstly, if the farmers are feeling that their land has been acquired by Waqf board, they have approached Tejasvi Surya ji, and Tejasvi Surya ji has due right to put voice in the name of farmers to the government. We request Tejasvi Surya to submit one copy to the Karnataka government to look into the legality of the revenue department, and definitely the Karnataka government will work in the larger interest of those who are having truth document. No one is going to be supported for false thing. That is what the promise Congress says from my side. I am
Dr.
telling.
Nikul Patel, with due respect, you're saying that, nobody will suffer, but the people are living in fear. I mean, they are being told that this land doesn't belong to them. They have the papers. Suddenly somebody comes, imagine, you are living in a house, suddenly somebody comes and says the land where your house is does not belong to you. Even though you have papers, you will be under a lot of fear. That's the condition of these people today, sir.
We have law as well as the judiciary system, and Tejasvi Surya also said that he will approach the court of law, and then definitely the court will look into matter. Nobody can acquire any land like this. That is what the revenue records and all the laws which are prevailing right now in the country will help the farmers to do these things. Nobody can come down and say that this is my land. So I would request that Tejasvi Surya, please do the following procedures which are required, and the government will also help out in carrying out all legal activities that can be in the larger interest of the Karnataka people.
Okay. GS Prashant, what will you say to what Dr. Nikul Patel is saying?
You expect somebody to give documents to Karnataka government? Siddaramaiah, the sitting chief minister, is accused of land grabbing, and the Congress president Mallikarjun Kharge's family has just returned the land which they had grabbed. So therefore, Congress and all its leaders are behind this land grabbing. And last week it was out in the media that again Khargeji's family was involved in land grabbing in the name of Waqf. So therefore, Congress has systematically ensured that lands belonging to poor and the poor farmers are being usurped by Waqf only to appease their minority vote bank and nothing else. This is being done so that they can control the lands and they can control the people and put them in a position of fear wherein if they do not vote for Congress, the lands will be grabbed. This is nothing but atrocities being committed on the poor and the farmers, and we at no point in time we can submit any details to the government, but we will definitely take action in accordance with law and submit to the courts wherever necessary. But which is why we want to bring this Waqf Amendment Bill in 2024 to ensure that no authority or no board can say they are the people who decide on the legality of it. We have the judiciary. If Congress really believes in judiciary, they should ensure that the Waqf Amendment Bill is passed and all land disputes, like all other matters, excepting where Waqf is involved, why is Waqf dealing with it? Like all other civil disputes, let the land-related issues go to the courts itself. Waqf cannot be given a different authority to deal on its own.
And in this case, Mr. Prashant, one second, I got your point. And in this case, Syed Asad Abbas, the point that Tejasvi Surya, the BJP leader, has made is very important. That needs to be highlighted also. Karnataka's Minority Affairs Minister met with revenue officers of certain districts recently, instructed them to register properties claimed by Waqf board within 15 days. How can these farmers expect justice if this is happening? Now, this is a big claim by the BJP.
Very importantly, let me quote the official on record, Ms. Tabassum, who's the Vijayapura Waqf Board district representative. Well, she's clearly said that the land was marked as Waqf property in the state government, and this was documented in the Gazette. However, a few notices were mistakenly sent to farmers. If they have valid land records, the Waqf board will not take any action against them. Not just that, as a matter of fact, the minister in charge of the district, Mr. MB Patil. No, this is not fair, sir. I heard you. Please allow me my time. Thank you.
Mr. Prashant, let him make his point. I'll come back to you for a rebuttal. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. The minister in charge, the minister of district of the state, Mr. MB Patil, has made a very strong statement there and has also shown his intent to solve the case. He has said, and I quote, if the farmers have valid ownership records predating this, their lands will not be affected. He also said that the meeting will be held with the Deputy Commissioner next week to resolve this issue.
Allow me to intervene here. Syed Asad Abbas, first you are acknowledging that it was a mistake. Some notices were sent to certain farmers, perhaps that shouldn't have happened. Now the onus is on these farmers. Isn't it wrong? I mean, just imagine you are living in a place, you own a piece of land, and here I'm talking about the farmers specifically. It's their ancestral land, and suddenly notices come. Isn't it putting a lot of pressure on the people? Why, add fear in the minds of these people? If it's a mistake, then people should be held accountable, no?
I will answer that. I've always believed with great power there is great responsibility and equal accountability. Certainly, accountability needs to come in. There are no two ways about it. And of course, anybody who's panicked about this, they must be resorted to. The same reason why Ms. Tabassum, the representative of the Vijayapura Waqf Board, has taken this step and admitted the same. Not just that, the minister in charge, Mr. MB Patil, also said that he personally will go and meet the Deputy Commissioner of Police to resolve the same issue, which is of high priority. I truly believe that if land has been grabbed, that must be taken back. But those whose genuinely land belongs to them should not be touched.
Okay, Dr. Nikul Patel. I mean, the point is that there is a need for amendments in the Waqf board because of issues like these. Suddenly, somebody from Waqf board comes, and we have reported, numerous stories of this kind where people are living in fear. They have got notices from the administration that the land which is actually of these people does not belong to them. It actually belongs to a Waqf board. Same is the story now in Karnataka. And the onus falls on them to prove that, this land, which is their ancestral property, they have the papers. The onus is now on them to prove to the administration that, yes, this land belongs to them. Why should it happen, sir?
Now, as per Kiran Rijiju, he put in the floor of the parliament the arguments for amendment. He said that the Waqf board are not properly administered and there is some corruptions going on in that particular board. They want to appoint some members from other people also, and the women's representation they want to increase. So in the last 10 years, if you see, if my Minister of Minority Affairs at Center is feeling that the Waqf board is doing corruption, then where the government was, where the income tax was, where the ED was right now, and now when they have lose the election into 2024 with very hefty margins, and they now want to do the appeasement politics. That is what we claim over here, that Bharatiya Janata Party just want to do a majority appeasement politics by bringing such things into the picture.
All right. It's a very important issue, but unfortunately, it's politics that comes in all the time. But this is going to be a top focus ahead as well. Thank you very much, all of you gentlemen, for joining us here on this debate. We'll follow the story very, very closely ahead as well. For now, slipping into another short break. Stay with us.